Hello, and welcome to Southwest Cyberport's WP Coffee Break, WordPress answers in the time it takes to have a cup of coffee. Today's topic is the new Gutenberg Editor, introduced in WordPress 5. If you're used to the old editor, Gutenberg is quite a change and may seem daunting when you first see it. In this video, we'll see how to make a post with Gutenberg and hopefully clear up some mysteries. Let's check it out. Gutenberg is quite a departure from the old WordPress editor. One big goal of the new system is for content you create to look the same in the editor as it will when users see it on the site. The transition to this new way of doing things will take a while, and we have only just started. The first step is to get familiar with the basic ideas of the new editor. Let's start by adding a new post to this site, announcing an upcoming event. We start with Add New Post and see the screen is telling us to add a title and start writing or type / to add a block. The major idea behind Gutenberg is that it's organized with blocks. A block can contain any kind of content, text, pictures, videos, or other more advanced things. You arrange the blocks on the page to get the layout you want. For our very simple post, we just type in a title and the first paragraph of text. As I've typed these 3 bits of text, notice that every time I hit the Enter key, it starts a new block. This isn't really what I want, because this section is intended to be one unit of text. As you mouse over these areas, you can see that each is a block of its own. The blue outlines show you where each block is, and if you click inside it, you get an options menu specific to that type of block. I really wanted these 2 items to be a list. What I can do is select those 2 blocks, click the Transform option, and then select List. It changes them into a single block containing a bullet list. Now I can add more items. Note that pressing Enter in a list type block does not automatically start a new block. Now let's add some text about how the funds raised here will be used by the 2 different clubs. This sea of text is a little boring, so let's add an image to each of these new paragraphs. Adding an inline image is easy, but it's very different from the old method. After you have the paragraph block with some text in it, click on the new block to get the blue outline, then hit the plus at the top of the box. This will add a new block directly above the text. Select Image for the block type, then upload a picture or pick one out of the media library. Now when we select one of the 3 alignment options, it will combine the image with the text block immediately following it and flow the text around the left or right side. We'll put the image on the left, then resize it to fit nicely. Now we'll do the same thing with the next text block and pick another image. This time we'll right align it, and again resize it to fit. Text will flow around these images, and you can resize them to get the flow you want. In this case, the text for the tennis section is a little short, and will flow a bit better if it's longer, so let's add another note. Don't get hung up on the exact text flow that you see here. When your visitors see this post on different devices, computers, tablets, phones, the text will wrap differently on each of them. If you spend 5 minutes making this text wrap on exactly the right word, you'll just find it wraps differently on a phone display. Now let's get a little more complicated. We want to list upcoming events for each of these clubs this year. It seems like putting these side by side would work pretty well. Click one of the plus signs, either the one at the top or the one down here next to the new block location. You'll see the type of blocks available. We want a multi-column layout for this, so select the columns block, and now we have 2 blocks of text here side by side. Now we can list the significant dates for each club. I pasted in some text for these and have the same problem as before, with each line being its own block. Again, I want these to be a list, so I select them all and change them to a list block. Now I'd like a heading above each list to clarify which club it's for. If I click the plus sign above one of the blocks, I can add a heading which will be placed right above this block. Do the same for the chess club on the right. Now I think I want a heading that goes above both schedules. I'll add another block heading. Oops, I've added the block to the wrong place. In the old editor, you would probably use cut and paste to fix this. In the block-oriented editor, you just move the block. There are 2 ways to do that. You can click on the up-down arrows to nudge it to where you want it to go, or you can grab the block with your mouse and move it to where you want it to be. While you're moving the block, You'll see the blue line to show you where the block would land if you drop it. Personally, I think the arrows are a little bit easier when starting out. And finally, I want to center the text of this heading. Normally, I'd expect to see the alignment control appear on the block when I click it, like it does for paragraphs, but it doesn't. However, look over to the right sidebar and you'll see extra settings for the selected block. For headings, this is where the alignment button appears. Click Center, and now it looks like I want. While we're at it, let's center the subheadings and make them a bit smaller. Now we can publish the post and view it on the site. The Gutenberg Editor is quite different. If you've been using WordPress for a while, it's going to take some time to get used to. However, there should be some exciting things coming for Gutenberg in the future. Expect to see lots of new block types, including some to do amazing things. One small example I've seen is a chart block that displays real-time data from a database. Since it's in a block, you can just stick it anywhere in a post or a page. You'll have more control over the layout and no shortcodes to worry about. This has been a WP Coffee Break from Southwest Cyberport, a cutting-edge WordPress hosting provider in the heart of the American Southwest. If you need fast, secure, and friendly WordPress hosting, head over to swcp.com/coffee to check us out. If you have any questions or suggestions for future video topics, leave a message in the comments. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.